much better. I think I got the class 2 to class 3 figured out, as well as how to draw current in pedal assist 3, 4, and 5. Bike performed quite a bit better. So keep watching, and I'll see you at the wrap-up. Hello and welcome to Random Things. This is Ty, and today is part 3 of 3 videos that looks at the Lectric XP 2.0 on a 20-mile bike ride and how does the battery work on those rides. In the first 2 videos, which I'll put a link below in the description, in the first video, when I took the bike out for its initial ride, I actually did not get what I was hoping for. And it turned out it was all in the settings and I just didn't know what I was doing. So a couple of viewers helped me out and we made some adjustments. In the second video, after making the adjustments, I took the bike out on Power Assist 2 and rode it pretty steadily, and the current draw was very steady, about 2 amps. So I feel pretty comfortable that riding on Power Assist Mode 2, which is about 12 to 14 miles an hour, I can get roughly 40-45 miles, no problem on a single charge. But when I was trying the bike on Power Assist 4, I was noticing that the battery current was bouncing, to 14, back down to 2, it was just fluctuating wildly. And I don't like that. That's gonna cause some problems. And so what it turned out to be though is the bike was still set up in class 2 mode, which means that it has a speed limit of 20 miles an hour. So in Pedal Assist 4, it's trying to actually go above 20 miles an hour. So the motor gets the current to ramp up, and then it hits that 20 mile an hour limit, and then it backs off. And then it ramps up, and then backs off. So it turns out, again, it's in the settings. But the problem was, I couldn't change it correctly from class 2 to class 3. The manual says, you go into the system, right, and go to number 8 and change it from 32 kilometers per hour to 45 kilometers per hour, and anything above this will not be recognized. But if you look at the video, when I go to change that, it shows 32 miles an hour, or 32 kilometers per hour, or 100. There is no 45. So I couldn't figure out what was wrong there. So I actually called Lectric, and what Lectric told me was, the manual is wrong. In the sense that on some of the computers in the 2.0, there is no 45 kph. It's either 32 or 100, and that 100 is the same as 45 kph. So to change it from class 2 to class 3, you have to select the 100 and ignore the error warning that's in the manual. They have to update the manual. So with that, I hope to ride this again and get an idea what kind of current draw I'm going to get on Pedal Assist 3, 4, and 5, which will be in this video. And then I'd like to see, whether or not I can actually achieve the range estimate. And what I want to do is I want to do 25 miles on mostly either throttle or Power Assist, Pedal Assist 5, and get 25 miles. That would be great if I could do that. But it does say that this is based on, rider weight of approximately 180 pounds. I'm a wee bit heavier than 180, so we'll see. And we'll see if we can actually get to 28 miles an hour versus maybe like 25 miles per hour. So with that, let's get going. What I really want to try to get to is 25 miles and purely throttle use and pedal assist. Now, I am not 180 pounds. I wish I was, but I'm a little bit heavier than that. So let's go ahead and change the settings. So again, to get into the submenu, hold both down, toggle by power button to get to number 8, and then up and down button, change it to 100. Back to main menu, go ahead and power it off, and that should save it. Okay, Pedal Assist Mode 3, let's get going. Rush, see how well it stabilizes. seems relatively stable. What I'd like to do is check again a little later on when the battery's a little warmer and see if that heat on that battery will cause some fluctuations in the draw. Okay, into the wind. Slow down a little bit, but current draw is a little higher. That's okay, as long as it's not bouncing up like above 10, coming back down. I still call that steady. And still going behind some cool roadies, but trying to keep up on PAS3. Pretty steady current draw still, but I'm working pretty hard too. So I guess it's pedal assist, not pedal for you, right? So I'm gonna test PAS4 in a minute here and see if I get the same kind of current draw. Okay. Still steady pedaling. Again, steady pedaling is key to extending the battery because you want steady current draw. So, but the roadies are getting away. So I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up one. Inrush. Okay, let's see if it comes down. Okay, that's a little fast. I'm going faster than they are. That's the draw. They pedal, I mean actually put resistance on your foot. And as they do that, it drops down to 7 or 8. I'm okay with that. Again, as long as it's not bouncing up above 10, back and forth, that erratic current draw as well. I want to make sure I'm not experiencing. Catch up to the roadies. PAS4, without actually putting resistance on the pedals, so you can see I'm in the 12 amp range, so it's quite a bit higher than that 7 and 8. I'm gonna go ahead and kick it up to 5 briefly just to see what that's like. There's that full current without pedaling or resistance. This is about what I'm getting. If I crank down and actually work out, I can get it down to maybe 27 miles an hour at 13 amps. It's my destination. I've been riding for a while now, so let's cycle through that. Let's see. About an hour riding. Woohoo! Mileage odometer. Current trip, 17 miles so far. And most importantly, the voltage and the current draw. So as I'm pedaling steady, I'm getting a fairly decent steady current draw. All right, I go to 5 in rush and pretty high. Got a red light coming up, so, but very happy with the results so far. Well, that concludes today's ride. Today's ride was much better. We got a lot of good information in the videos you saw earlier. So let's just cycle through the data. An hour and 11 minutes was today's ride. Currently I'm at 84 miles. Today's ride was 12.2 miles and the voltage right now is 46.4 volts. So I still got decent battery and obviously no current. So let's get to the wrap up. Well, that wraps up video number 3. So as you saw, I was able to get fairly steady current draw in pedal assist mode 3. So that was around 4 to 6 amps, going about 12 to 14 miles per hour. When I moved it up to pedal assist 4, I didn't get the erratic current draw as you saw in the previous videos. I saw more steady current draw, and that's because I removed that limiting factor by changing it from class 2 to class 3. Now the reason why I couldn't change it, or I didn't change it from class 2 to class 3 previously, or didn't do it correctly, was because the manual is wrong. You can select the 100 mode. It's not 100 kph, but it's the 100, maybe 100 output. Not really sure what the 100 means because that 45 does not exist in the computer. Okay, so it's okay to go to that 100 and ignore the manual. They said they were going to update the manual when I call Lectric. And then pedal assist 5, I couldn't get to 28 miles an hour. Now, I need to be realistic. When Lectric did their performance data, it's based on certain road conditions, certain tire conditions, and a particular weight of a person. And I think that person was about 180 pounds. Now, I'm a wee bit heavier than that, around 205, and with the pack, I'm probably closer to 220. I'm not gonna get 28 miles an hour. I only got to about 27, was about the tops, and I was pedaling like crazy. And keep in mind, the Lectric XP has a 52T in the front, and the smallest cog in the back is 14. So that's a pretty decent sized gear, but even then I was only able to get to 27. So realistically, 27 is probably gonna be the tops. But that's okay, you have to understand your expectations. What's next for me, I think, is I really do want to see if I can actually ride 25 miles at pedal assist 5 and throttle. I don't think so. I think I'll be lucky to get 15 to 20, but we'll see. And so if you thought this video was helpful, please hit the like button and share. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, help me out, and then hit the notification button so you can see the next videos, next random videos I do, including when I try to ride the XP for 25 miles at full throttle. So with that, thanks for watching, and cheers.